Picture this. You're alone in your room. No phone, no noise, just silence. And then you start talking. Not to anyone else, but to yourself. At first it feels strange, almost embarrassing, like you've crossed some invisible line society warned you about. Pause. But here's the truth. No one tells you, brother. The moment you start speaking to yourself consciously is the moment you stop being controlled unconsciously. Every man has a voice inside his head, but most men don't control it. It controls them. You replay conversations, you imagine arguments, you overthink decisions, but instead of clarity, you get noise. That's because your brain is hardwired for survival, not success. Your internal dialogue is a biological mechanism designed to predict danger, not build confidence. Dopamine spikes when you imagine outcomes. Cortisol rises when you fear them. Your brain chemistry doesn't care about your goals. It cares about keeping you safe. Pause. And safety often looks like hesitation. There are two types of men in this world: the man who listens to his thoughts, and the man who commands them. The first man says, "What if I fail?" The second man says, "Do it anyway." Pause. One is a soldier, reacting. The other is a commander, deciding. Case study 1. A man sits in his car before an important meeting. He's silent, nervous, avoiding eye contact with himself. Another man, he looks straight ahead and says out loud, "You handle this. You don't hesitate." Same situation, different internal dialogue, different outcome. Talking to yourself, it isn't madness. It's self-programming. When you speak out loud, your brain processes it differently. It becomes instruction, not just thought. You activate metacognition, awareness of your own thinking. You create distance from emotion. Case study 2. After an argument, one man spirals internally. "Why did I say that? I'm such an idiot." Another man pauses and says, "How can control yourself? Next time, you stay calm." One feeds chaos, the other builds control. Pause. This is how men rewire themselves, not through motivation, but through command. But most men avoid this, because silence is dangerous. When you sit alone without distraction, you're forced to face the truth. Your lack of direction, your weak discipline, your excuses. So instead, you scroll, you distract, you escape. And slowly, your internal voice gets weaker, until one day, you don't lead your life anymore. You react to it. Let me say this clearly. My friend, if you can't control the voice in your head, you will never control the direction of your life. No woman will respect a man who can't lead himself. No opportunity will wait for a man who hesitates internally. This isn't motivation. This is biological reality. So here's what you do. You stop asking yourself questions, and you start giving yourself orders. Not softly, not mentally, out loud. Wake up. Focus. Move. Pause. It will feel strange at first. Good. That means you're breaking the old program. In the end, brother, it's simple. All men think, but very few men direct their thinking. And that's the difference between confusion and clarity, between weakness and control. Pause. And talking to yourself was never the problem. Not listening was.